Minnesota sports' winningest head coach has earned herself a promotion and a contract extension. Today, the Minnesota Lynx announced a multi-year extension for Cheryl Reeve and named her president of basketball operations. Here's what she had to say.
With regard to, the eagerness that I have about, leading the Lynx forward, in this coming era, you said post Sylvia Fowles. It's not an era that I wish to come to an end, that's for sure. Those of us that are around still want her to be forever. But we know these things happen if you do this long enough. And I've been doing this a long time. And there's beginnings and there's endings. And good news is Syl will still be around. But in terms of the next part, I'm energized by a team that we could put together to be back in contention. I want that to be clear, that, this isn't about, maybe we can field a decent team, that sort of thing. That's just not going to be the way that we're going to do things. The expectations are high for the Minnesota Lynx and this franchise. We've been the gold standard in this league, and we're on a mission to get back to that. No, the important thing with the title, I told Glenn that it would mean a lot to me in terms of the standing in my family. My wife has held the title of president of business operations, and my son has held her in higher regard. And I asked if he would be open to the idea that perhaps I could be on level footing here at home, and he obliged. So much appreciation for that. It's what I'm most proud of. When I think about, when you get older, you start to reflect about your younger years, and being 25 years old and sitting at my assistant coach desk, and you have visions of grandeur of what your career is going to be, and you have no idea at that age kind of how things are going to turn out or why. And I think for me, probably the thing that I remember the most is I admired the coaches that had a level of success for a long period of time during my younger years. Pat Summitt was sort of the beacon for us all. It was a different time then, the Jody Conrads of the world, certainly Gino Auriemma. So that generation is the sort of the values that I share of being in one place and have the opportunity to try to be successful over a long period of time. I think that's significant. It's hard to do. And so that's what energizes me. And, pro sports, you don't necessarily have that opportunity for longevity all the time. I feel incredibly fortunate that I have this opportunity to, going into my, I believe it's my 13th season, and to be able to add, the number of years on my contract, which kind of running joke is I don't know why we can't know the years. I'm on a 5-year contract. I don't mind sharing that. So I would be, if I'm not mistaken, that's about 18 years with one franchise. And so when I think about my younger self and I go, here we are, we had this opportunity. We're doing it the way I had hoped when I was a young person. And to, I think, in terms of longevity, loyalty, those sort of things that, for me, that's at the center of who I am and who I want to be and who I want to surround myself with.
Keep watching CBS News Minnesota for continuing coverage.